The World Cup is coming up, you know what that means?
And I will say, before I turn it over to the next speaker, that of course everybody is welcome to come and see this incredible event. I know we'll have visitors probably from close to 100 countries. We want them to come, we want them to celebrate, we want them to watch the game, but when the time is up, they'll have to go home. Otherwise, they'll have to talk to Secretary No.
More deportations! To give an idea on the attendees front, a nonprofit group representing the travel industry, which is called the U.S. Travel Association, is estimating 6 million visitors embarking on the United States for the World Cup. And guess who was tapped as the executive director of the 2026 Men's World Cup Task Force?
What makes you qualified for this?
Sure. Well, I am the only candidate that spent parts of 5 different decades of my life in politics or public service.
To be clear, Andrew Giuliani is not promising to make math great again.
How do you get
I
5
think it's going to
decades?
go
You're
over.
only
I think it's going to
35.
go over with New York.
Parts of 5 decades. Let me clarify. I said parts of 5 decades in there. So if we go back through it, my father's first campaign was 1989, so we could do the math. I spent parts of 32 years in politics.
Because reminder, he's 35. So by osmosis, it appears he's saying that he absorbed his father's 5 decades of professional work, even though he personally wasn't alive for all of those decades.
Andrew Giuliani. If that name sounds familiar, your spidey sense is correct. He is the son of Rudy Giuliani, the same man who tried to take off his pants with Borat's 15-year-old daughter, Tutat, played by Maria Bakalova. Talk about a DEI hire, am I right? What sort of swamp are we draining here exactly?
Andrew Cuomo. So let's not forget that he is the son of Mario Cuomo. He's part of the establishment, and his dad was one of the most corrupt people in New York. Well, he's one of the most corrupt politicians in New York and everything. So, I mean, he's been raised within this. We don't want someone that's part of like this established. So where am I going? So
where are you going with it?
Sorry.
It's okay, it's okay.
So wait,
Don't worry about it. We got time.
Okay. So Mario Cuomo was one of the most corrupt politicians. And then we have his son. He's part of the establishment, right?
I think it's even worse than that. I think Andrew Cuomo has made the establishment even that much worse.
I know how you feel about CRT.
Educational opportunities, more school choice, no more critical race theory.
School choice.
Yep, more school choice, no more critical race theory. Let's start teaching our children an honest history of America, truly showing that America is great, not perfect, but great. And guess what? Great and getting better. America is great and
getting better again.
It's a bit long, but I hear what you're going with it.
We want to get forced indoctrination out of schools.
100%.
Okay.
It's very scary.
And we need kids saying the Pledge of Allegiance again.
Yes.
And not kneeling.
Yes.
And they can't
Absolutely.
kneel. They got to say it under God, indivisible, like every morning.
Yeah. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
under
God, indivisible, with
yes.
liberty and justice for all.
So let's get the indoctrination out of schools, this forced indoctrination.
Yeah.
And who is working under Giuliani? This man, Carlos Cordero, pictured with Ice Barbie, Kristi Noem, who also has quite a history. Former United States Soccer Federation President Cordero announced as a senior advisor to Giuliani would quit his post as USSF president just 3 days after papers were filed in a gender discrimination case where they argued the women's team had less ability and skill than the men's team. They'd claim it's not sexist, but quote, indisputable science. So when you think about it, he is a perfect fit for this Trump-led task force. On that Vance quote, are we seeing the prison industrial complex get bulked up to the point that it's almost on steroids? Quite possibly. Then there are the gulags in El Salvador and the alleged backdoor deal, according to Dropsite News and Ryan Grimm, that took place. One MS-13 leader, real name Cesar Humberto Lopez Larios, was involved in private negotiations between Bukele and the gang. The leader of El Salvador denies this took place. However, via Dropsite, had Greñas' case gone forward in the States, the sordid links between Bukele and the gang he is famous for warring against may have been aired publicly. Instead, federal charges were dismissed 4 days before his expulsion due to sensitive and important foreign policy considerations, according to a recently unsealed Justice Department document. The DOJ initially requested the document be sealed because its release could cause harm to the government's relationship with El Salvador. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.